about yourself.
Well, I'm a junior at Utah Valley University studying accounting. I plan to pursue a master's degree after I finish my bachelor's and earning my CPA license. I'm a dedicated worker and a team player who has a passion for how business and money work, and I'm excited for this opportunity to hopefully have this position added to my skill set.
That's great. Tell me about a time you showed initiative. What prompted you to get started and what were the results?
There was a time where I had a few coworkers at a previous company who quit unexpectedly, and I left the department understaffed during a busy period. So I saw the need for my coworkers to get some help from someone else, and instead of waiting for someone else to be hired, I went straight to my managers and requested I temporarily be moved to that department so I could help my coworkers get through that period season until we could officially hire new people. I was able to transfer over successfully and able to train on the job and be quite successful at it. And I was able to help everyone get through that busy period.
What was the most useful criticism you ever received from an immediate supervisor? How did you embrace this feedback and achieve a positive outcome?
Yeah, I once had a supervisor come up to me directly and tell me that I wasn't participating enough in our team meetings, I wasn't giving enough comments. And at the time, I openly agreed with him and openly accepted the feedback. And ever since I received that feedback, I've always making it a point to at least make one comment in each team meeting, whether to inspire a new idea or to further the conversation.
Can you recall a time when you were less than pleased with your performance? What did you do about it?
There was a time where I worked for a software company in a customer-facing role, and I wasn't super great at it at first. I had a hard time learning the software and providing the needed service to the customers. So when I wasn't on a call or when I wasn't helping a customer, I would spend every minute working in the software and doing different case studies and practices until it became second nature to me and I could provide the needed service to our customers.
Tell me about a time when you didn't agree with a corporate strategy or initiative. What was the strategy? Why didn't you agree with it? And what did you do?
Yeah, I worked at a small business that had a corporate initiative that they would create a retail website for each of their larger clients. And this was an okay strategy at first, but it became burdensome and I stopped agreeing with it. Because at one point we had 7 or 8 websites that we had to manage for each of these clients, and we weren't able to keep up with it at times. So me and my team, to help solve the problem of managing those websites, we approached our bosses and requested that we can create unique coupon codes for these clients so they could use that on one website rather than have managed 8 or 9 different websites, and it ended up helping cut down on the labor cost of that, managing all those websites.
Describe a time when you elevated the level of value you brought to a customer over time. How did you accomplish this?
I used to sell computer equipment at a computer store, and it was used computer equipment, so you had to sell equipment to customers that weren't super sure of the value of it. And I had a customer for 2 years over the time I worked there where I was able to provide a lot of value for him, not only for his company, but our company as well. He was the IT director of a call center that was rapidly expanding, and he would need 100, 200 computers at one time. So every time we got more stock in large quantities like that, I would call him immediately, see what his needs are, get an order ready. I'd even pick the cream of the crop, the best computers they looked the best, they're in the best condition, they likely test the best. I tried to give him the best equipment we had as he was one of our more frequent customers and bulk customers. And over that 2-year period, I was able to provide more value for him at a cheaper cost than any other business could.
Tell me about a professional sales achievement you are most proud of. Outline the steps you took to achieve this.
At the same computer store I sold equipment at, I was proud of the amount of sales I had accomplished over the 2 years I was there. I ended up selling a little over $1 million in equipment, and that was to regular customers, and that was just to the one random person that would come in every now and then. And really, to get to that point of making that many sales was just providing exceptional customer service to everyone that walked in, no matter who they were, and knowing about the product. I had studied in depth about each product that we sold, and so I could provide a professional recommendation to each customer to their use case. And then as they continued to come back, or as I saw them again, or communicate with them again over phone or email, I would continue to build that relationship.
Think of an example when one of your customers was not pleased with something you or your team did. What was the situation and how did you recover?
One time I had a team member who called the customer to come pick up an order that we had ready for them without checking with our fulfillment team, and the order wasn't actually ready. When the customer came in, it was later in the day towards closing. I was one of the only team members left, and so I had to tell the customer that your order's not ready, and he was pretty upset about it. And instead of having him wait until the next day or 2 days later to get the order ready, I spent an extra 30-45 minutes staying after we closed to prepare his order and get him out the door with his equipment that he needed so he could go work on his project. He actually really appreciated the extra effort that I took and accepted our apology and then ended up coming back to buy more.
Give an example of a time when you successfully persuaded your peers to change their minds and follow your recommendations. What was the specific situation and results?
Yeah, a specific situation would be back when I started university. I started out in a mechanical engineering degree, and I was in a group with a few other very ambitious mechanical engineers, and we were tasked with creating a product. It could be anything we wanted, but we had to manufacture and build every piece of it. We couldn't just go buy everything and glue it together. We had to build each individual piece. And these other engineers really wanted to make a complex laptop stand with gyroscopic legs and fully adjustable mounting and all sorts of complex things that I knew we didn't have time for or the resources for. So what I did is I laid out a detailed schedule of everything we had to get done for this project, which included building the product and presenting on it and providing documentation for everything. And I was able to convince them to simplify our design so we could actually have a viable product at the end of the day.
Share a time when you were able to directly attribute your probing skills to solve a problem with a difficult customer.
At the same software company I worked at, we often had customers who would come in and they were frustrated with the software. And it was a data analysis software, so they wanted to analyze their data. When they're frustrated, they had a hard time communicating what they really wanted and what the problem was. So usually when I received these customers, I would take this complex topic and complex questions, and I'd break them down into smaller pieces so I could understand what they're trying to say better and help meet their needs. And most of the time, I would be able to get to the bottom of their problem and be able to serve them and be able to make them happy and help them analyze their data.
Describe your level of competitiveness. Tell me about a specific situation where your competitiveness helped you achieve better results than your peers.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm overly competitive, not to the point where I'm gonna hurt the team or hurt others, but I do love a really good challenge. I remember while doing delivery driving for Jimmy John's, we had a challenge to get the delivery driver out the door within 1 minute of the order coming in, which can be difficult during a rush and can be difficult in general. But we wanted to be really fast, and so I would challenge my coworkers who were making the sandwiches to go as fast as possible, and I would prepare the rest of the order as fast as I could to get out the door the quickest. And I had this challenge with my other delivery driver coworkers as well. And by the end of the month, I had a lower average time out the door of about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, while they had closer to 3 minutes. So I was able to get out the door faster than them and motivate my coworkers and my team.
That's fantastic. Do you have any other questions for us?
I do. I wanted to know more about what your company culture is like and the office environment.
Yeah, so we try to have a very positive and upbeat culture here at this company, and one way we do that is by having morale boosting activities once every quarter.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time today to interview me. I really appreciate everything that you have done, and I'm really excited to use my hard work ethic and my customer service skills to better your business and your customers. Thank you.
Thank you.